The Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit, NDIS, serves as a bridge that connects diaspora investors with local entrepreneurs, small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, as well as startups across the various sectors of the Nigerian economy. The Diaspora this week brings to you proceedings of the NIDCOM press conference ahead of the 2024 7th Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit, scheduled for 5th to 7th November 2024. Stick around for details. And Chairman CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa, was in Canada recently to attend the Canadian-Nigerian Business Summit towards connecting, networking, and exploring investment prospects between Nigeria and Canada. This is also unmissable. Dabiri-Erewa calls for more strategic collaboration between the federal government of Nigeria and its citizens, both at home and in the diaspora, for national development. This was the text of a lecture at the 12th convocation ceremony at Afe Babalola University at Ado-Ekiti. Details soon. And the Nigerian diaspora based in the United States is committed to giving back to her homeland. Dr. Ita Awan James says investing back home is the way to go. And of course, do not forget our complimentary segments of health tips by Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas and our diaspora of the moment. This is your favorite show, The Diaspora. I'm Juliana Vincent Yakubu, your anchor. Please stay. Welcome back. Let's begin with the press conference ahead of the 7th Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit.
This year's summit will take place at the Presidential Villa Conference Hall, November 5th to 7th. Accreditation will be taking place at the Yaradua Event Center on the 2nd and 4th of November. We are honored to announce that Mr. President will give a goodwill message, and this underscores the significance of this event and the diaspora on our President's agenda. We also expect Alhaji Aliko Dangote as our special guest of honor to talk to us about, operating business in Nigeria. So we look forward to his participation. Mr. John Olajide will deliver the keynote address on the second day. NDIS has been a practical vehicle for connecting the Nigerian diaspora with local industries and fostering partnerships that in their turn have driven the Nigerian economic growth. Some of them include the following, but not limited to them. We have Kilimo Nishati, who has, as a result of participating in NDIS, got engaged in discussions with the Ondo State government for a PPP aimed at revitalizing dairy operations, leveraging local expertise and investments. By participating and pitching their business at the NDIS, Adubiaro Farms attracted nearly 50 million naira in investments. So as a result of the engagement with the NDIS, iSTEM Labs Africa is currently exploring a promising partnership with NIDCOM to establish a software engineering campus in Nigeria. So we'll focus on key sectors such as finance, ICT, fintech, creative industries, sports and entertainment, agribusiness, healthcare, education, real estate and infrastructure, as well as manufacturing and mining.
Everybody's seeing that this is a moving force. It cannot be stopped. So I want to encourage any Nigerian that has a viable business. If you're looking for investment, it's not about investing in it's not just about millions of investment. It can be $1 million, it can be $200,000, it can be 5 million naira. Whatever it is you're looking for to grow your business, you're the one we're looking for. We want to impact you because we know that if we can impact the micro, small, and medium enterprises, they can start impacting their own communities. They can create jobs and they'll have source of income for them and their families. The diaspora remittances we want to be channeled towards investment in Nigeria. Let's not give our people fish, let's teach them how to fish. Let's empower them to grow their businesses.
The Canadian-Nigerian Business Summit provided platforms to constructively and progressively drive trade and investment with concrete results.
The essence of this evening is to hear from the governor and the senator So we're going to have a small fire chat where we're going to ask questions and have a conversation with His Excellency the Governor of Niger State. I think we'll go right into that now.
We as Nigerians, I say Nigeria has prepared us for anything, and we are able to do and achieve anything. So in this room, we have the best of the best, and we've come together to share and listen. We've always been passionate about give back.
The truth is that we dream of a better Nigeria, and we think that beauty is going to happen. Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I think we all have a dream, and Nigeria will be a beautiful place for all of us.
There's no way Nigeria can develop effectively with only the Nigerians living in Nigeria. For us to have a complete country, Nigerians in diaspora must work with Nigerians in Nigeria to be able to drive all the visions that make our country great.
And the best diasporans Nigeria ever produced in the world are Canadians. No scandal, no bad names. We're very proud of you. I'm inviting you to join the agricultural revolution in Niger State to feed Nigeria and the world.
One of the biggest, or some of the biggest supermarkets in Canada. We have a deal with Loblaws. We are selling the bread into Freshco. We're selling to Nigerian Superstore. So in all, it's over 700 stores across Canada, and we're still growing. So what we want to do today, we've done it with mayors, we've done it with Premier, and we've even presented the bread to the Prime Minister of Canada. So we're going to do it today to our own people to see what we've been able to export from Nigeria to Canada, our brand, our own Nagige bread.
In her lecture entitled Diaspora Engagements for National Development, the NIDCOM boss stated, unity of purpose by all will spark tremendous progress, growth, and development.
We're talking about diaspora engagement for national development. These Nigerians, here's the fact, they are contributing significantly to our economic, social, and cultural contributions. Now, the diaspora, as I see them, are an intellectual capital. Why are they an intellectual capital? Because, honestly speaking, everywhere you go to, Nigerians are excelling. Nigerians are excelling everywhere in the world, and it's amazing. You know, I don't think, and I said categorically, that we have any other country in the world like Nigerians. I think we're just blessed. What we have to do is transfer this back to our home country. It's just amazing what we're doing. But if Nigerians are excelling over the world, why is it not impacting on our home country? How do we harness these enormous resources to, have a good effect on Nigeria? And when we talk about the diaspora, we're talking about the good, the bad, on the good, but we'll talk a bit about the bad. So yes, we know that, sometimes you hear bad stories, Nigerian is in prison, Nigerian is doing drugs, 419, but that is not who we are. But bad news travels fast. But I tell you, if one Nigerian commits a crime, I can give you 10,000 that are doing great things. So how do we celebrate those 10,000 and not focus on the one? Again, it's a challenge to all of us to ensure that we celebrate ourselves and bring out the best in all of us as diaspora, wherever we find ourselves. Now, because of the enormous benefits, because of the enormous advantages of the diaspora, and because there's the need to tap into these enormous resources, the federal government of Nigeria decided to set up a diaspora commission, for which I was the pioneer. I'm the pioneer chairman. And by the way, I'm proud to be the first woman to mount this podium. Thank you very much, Abuad, for making that happen. So now we have a diaspora commission. We are about 5 years old, and some of our people are here. We are just about 5 years old. But within the 5 years, we've realized the need to ensure that diaspora issues are put on the front burner. One of the things we did is, number one, have engagements, town halls. So even the president, when he travels, he meets with them. We have the Diaspora Day, July 25 every year, where they all come together and celebrate. We have the Diaspora Investment Summit, where they come together and see what they can contribute. We are building a data portal, and we'd like to partner with your institution on the data portal, because I know there's much we can do with your institution. Now, we also have, quite a number of activities which, well, I've put in the presentation that I'm giving, and hopefully we can harness these enormous diaspora contributions. But who is a diaspora? We define a diaspora as somebody who is living legally in another man's country, pays tax, and has an address. So let's just get that clear. But however, even if you're not doing that, you get into trouble, we have to help you out. We need to shun nepotism. We need to shun tribal bigotry and religious bigotry. We have to see ourselves as one Nigeria. We can't keep saying, is your ethnic group, and then, use that to solve things. We need to ensure that we see ourselves as one Nigeria. And if we ourselves as one Nigeria, we can build this country together. And I believe that you, the younger ones, the lessons you have learned in your university, a lot can be done. It is important to also discourage irregular migration. We can't keep having people, you can't stop migration, regular or irregular, but we can't keep having people just go and die in the desert. So how do we stop irregular migration, or at least reduce irregular migration? It's very, very important. Now, Japa. We are not saying don't Japa, but we are saying that when you do Japa, Japa to a better place. Japa to become a better person. Not Japa to frustrate yourself. But I'm glad that people are beginning to Japada. And I hope that, we encourage them. So for the young people in the hall, by the time you're done with your education here, if you get a job abroad, I'm sure you'll take it. But be careful where you're going to. And I'm talking to you, the younger ones, you all have to ensure that we all join hands together to write our story as Nigerians.
Thank you, Mama Diaspora, for all that you do for the diaspora. Dr. Ita Awan James is a certified trained nurse, but there's more to this that keeps her going and giving her fulfillment. Let's meet this great diasporan.
Give us a sense into what you do as a Nigerian in diaspora, your area of specialization, and how it benefits both country of stay and country of origin.
I live in California, and I'm a nurse by profession and a public health practitioner. I'm from Akwa Ibom State, and while in the US, I run my own business. It's called All Care Health Services, Inc. What I do is I employ nurses, so we take care of the sick patients, but we take care of the patients in the home. So because insurance company will not cover, it's, at the initial stage, when a patient is sick at the acute phase, patient is managed at the hospital. But when the patient is actually stabilized, then the patient is sent home, because it's cost effective for insurance companies to manage the case at home. Because now at home, the insurance company is not going to pay for food, not going to pay for the accommodation. The patient is now at his or her home, but receiving care from the nurses, skilled and unskilled care. So I do that, and I'm signed up with the federal government, Medicare, medical, and private insurance companies.
There's been a call by the government that Nigerians in the diaspora come home and invest in education, in health, infrastructure, real estate, everything you can do for Nigeria to accentuate its development and progress. So what have you been doing back home?
What we've done, we've built, actually help support, like I'm a part of NANA, the National Association of Nigerian Nurses. So I was given grants, and so I had to erect a 7-bed maternity unit and a 2-bed labor room at the primary health center, in Akwa Ibom State. And so I partnered with NANA to do that. And also, have a school in my locality. I was born and raised in Calabar, Cross River State, but I still identify that by birth I'm from Okanafo.
Yeah.
And so I went back to Kanafon. There is a primary school there that my husband and I funded. We provided all the desks in that school, and also all the desks and tables for the teachers, and provided backpacks, school supplies, and then renovated the ceilings and doors.
You have a special project you are undertaking in Akwa Ibom State, meant to curb unemployment, engage in food security, and give good livelihood to the people of Akwa Ibom State.
Aqua Global Integrated Farms. Yes. So our focus at this time is on livestock. And then we have planted cassava. So our aim or future plan is to have food production and also food processing. So we are going to branch into that. We are supporting the Arise agenda of present Governor, Pastor Moino. We want him to be there because he calls for investors, come down and do something. So this is something we have answered that call. Even though we even started before he became a governor, but we have answered that call, we have responded. So we want him to be a part of that commissioning. So we are working on that. So we already have the livestock, is moving, the business is moving, it's going in progress. And so that's what we do.
Thank you. We're not having you on the show. We'll call you again very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
And I really appreciate you having me here. Thank you.
If you're just joining us, this is The Diaspora. We take a short break. The Diaspora continues shortly.
This walk that you're walking, even though it was known as the point of no return, we see it now as the joy of return.
The spirit of Africa could not be broken by the transatlantic slave trade. You cannot move the spirit. And the divine force, the spirit of Africa, has brought us back today.
Welcome to home.
Now to our health tips segment with Amper Doctor.
Sickle cell disease is an inherited blood cell disorder, specifically red blood cell. So in your body, you have white blood cells that help prevent infection. You have platelets that help prevent injury, to help you to heal. And then you have red blood cells, which supply oxygen throughout your body. In a person without sickle cell disease, their red blood cells are perfectly round and flexible, so they can move through the body without any issues. A person with sickle cell disease, the red blood cells are sickled or crescent shape, given the name of the disease, and they have problems traveling through different sizes or different blood vessels of different sizes. So it can really impact your major organs. It can cause problems involving swelling of the lower extremities and the hands. It can cause organ damage to your kidneys. It can cause stroke. It can cause heart disease. So it makes a major impact, especially people with ethnic connections to Africa, the Middle East, the Mediterranean basin, and India.
How is sickle cell disease diagnosed?
It's really easy to diagnose. It's a simple blood test that can be done at a lab or even at a point of care center. In more developed countries like the United States, we do screenings on newborn babies as part of the state's newborn screenings program. That way you can identify a person or a baby with sickle cell disease right within a few days of life, or even within a week maximum. In other parts of the world, particularly Nigeria, I've heard there's certain hurdles in terms of trying to get a program that can do the same thing and get the same results.
What are some health interventions used to treat sickle cell disease?
So initially, especially if you identify a baby within a few days of life, the easiest intervention is giving penicillin, which is an antibiotic geared toward preventing infections. When you have sickle cell disease, you're predisposed or vulnerable to certain bacteria that's in the community. Things like strep, things like staph, those can predispose a person with sickle cell disease to very serious problems and hospitalizations.
Next is our Diaspora of the Moment with Shalewa Ajila presenting.
Our Diaspora of the Moment is Noel Ifeanyi Alumona. Noel is a Nigerian student who hails from Enugu State, Nigeria. Noel, who is studying in Vanderbilt University, United States, went home with a cash prize of $10,000 in recognition of his vigorous campaign to end violence against women and girls through proper orientation of boys on responsible behavior. The AFS Award for Young Global Citizens recognizes the work of young people around the world for their commitment in improving the global community and contributing to a more just, peaceful, and tolerant world. Noel became the first African to win the prize since its inception in 1914. The award was presented during the International Youth Day organized by the United Nations Global Communications Department, the AFS Intercultural Programs, and the Youth Assembly at the United Nations headquarters in New York. He is also a 2018 Obama Foundation Fellow of the African Leaders Program. On October 1st, 2018, he formed the Boys Champions as a youth-focused group committed to providing safe environment for young boys and training them to become part of the solution to ending societal violence and prejudice against women and girls in Nigerian communities. Noel, who is presently pursuing a graduate degree in special education in the United States, said he has remained passionate about youth development, education, and more specifically on ways to improve access to quality education in underdeserved communities. He is also a recipient of the AFS Award for Young Global Citizens at the United Nations in New York, African Youth Award, Nigerian Goodwill Ambassador Award, Volunteer of the Year Award by Appreciate African Network, Beijing, China. Congratulations, Noel. We celebrate you as our Diaspora of the Moment.
This has been today's episode of your favorite show, The Diaspora. Join us in our next episode. You'll be glad you did. I remain your uncle, Juliana Vincent Jacobo. Stay positive.